Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Monday, April 7th, 2025 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi, and our energy mantra for today is I am responsible for my aligned actions. And congratulations. We have Mercury going direct today. We've made it. I mean, almost as of this recording, right? And this week we also have Venus going direct. So Mercury direct today, Venus direct on, I believe it's Saturday that we have that energy. And it's overall a quieter astro week, although those are two big events. So we have had Mercury retrograde since about mid-March, March 13th, I believe, off the top of my head. A retrograde always is about the same amount of time. A Mercury retrograde is always about the same amount of time. But what I love about this month and these planets going direct is that we finally have Mars moving. In fact, Mars is soon to move out of the sign of Cancer as well. And with these two planets going direct this week, we'll have all planets direct. And although we'll still have some shadow energies that we're working with, I feel like this is when 2025 gets started. Now, I'm sure you'll say, well, 2025 has been 2025ing. It has been, for sure. But I feel like this is like when we're going to start to come alive, pop out from underneath the soil. It's been hard for me to take action. I've had so many things that I've wanted to do, and it's just been like, ah. So I imagine us as little seeds that are sprouting and reaching towards the light. And this week, the light is turning up and it's helping us move through the darkness, so to speak. So Mercury is currently in the sign of Pisces. It's going direct in the sign of Pisces. And as I look at where it is, we have Venus, Saturn. We actually have Venus and Saturn conjunct today. Mercury and the North Node all within about 2 degrees. So they're all together. And now with Mercury direct, while the lessons go through one more layer, hopefully we've gotten insight. Hopefully we've gotten deeper spiritual insight. Hopefully we have, with Mercury retrograde in Pisces, relied on our intuition. Now it's interesting today, this Venus-Saturn conjunction and the fact that it's the last few days of Venus retrograde. We may feel some real Venus retrograde stuff happening between these energies. I feel like Venus retrograde in Pisces already brings karmic energy to the surface, karmic relationship energy to the surface. And as it connects with Saturn, Saturn's like, okay, you know, here's what you got to work. Here's what you got to work through this week. Here's what you've got to like clear, heal, release, cut, etc. So watch for old relationship patterns, people, wounds, lessons, all potentially popping up. And you might be like, but Mercury's direct. Yes, but the astro is still astroing, and here's the work. And I really feel like with Mercury direct, we maybe get some clarity for this. Mercury direct and also hanging out so close to the North Node. The North Node's 27 degrees. Mercury's here at 26 degrees, right at the end of 26 degrees. So they're so close. And so it's a beautiful time for ahas, understanding. And I'm also hearing forgiveness, that it might be part of this Venus-Saturn meeting in Pisces. Pisces can be beautiful at forgiveness. Now, forgiveness doesn't mean that you stop having boundaries or whatever, but sometimes you just have to release the weight that you are carrying about something. So keep that all in mind today, because there's, you know, that's an interesting energy. We also have, speaking of forgiveness, speaking of these energies, we also have Venus and Uranus connecting later in the evening. So if at first you don't succeed, try again. You may find yourself getting triggered by relationship, again, whether this lifetime, any other lifetime, this relationship, any other relationship. So watch for that. Now, while this is a sextile, which is a happy, easy connection, Uranus just can be that planet that's like, I'm going to push those buttons. I'm going to poke you where you've been holding that unforgiveness, anger, resentment, anything that's limiting you from your own personal evolution. So it's interesting today that Venus is meeting with both of these energies at the beginning of the day and at the end of the day. Now, in the middle of this all, we have the moon in Leo, which I think is lovely because it's bringing some nice heart to all of this. So love that, but it can also spike up ego energies. So watch for where you might have your ego trying to protect you. You can still, like I said, be protected, have your boundaries while utilizing the energy of forgiveness. So, and I love this definition of forgiveness, which is, just left my head. Mercury is still retrograde as I'm recording this to release the hope that it could have been different than it was. So keep that energy in mind. Now, for the rest of the day, we have the moon connecting to Jupiter, moon and Leo connecting to Jupiter, the sun and the moon connecting in a trine. We're actually waking up into those energies, and those both feel nice. Like, wake up and see if you can get excited, see if you can connect to your heart. Top of the cards is the Harmony card. Moon will be meeting up with Uranus fairly early in the day, so you might find yourself getting triggered and like, I woke up and I was happy. What are you doing? But watch for those things. Those are where you need to do the work today. So working on this harmony, holding space for understanding, and that might be a thing to ask for too. If you are not able to forgive something, asking the universe to bring you understanding, to show you layers of awareness that you can help bring yourself to harmony with. Consciousness as well. So there's a lot of this mental energy, and I love that with the moon and Jupiter connecting. Jupiter is in Gemini, like hypes up the moon in Leo, can be full of good ideas, and again, full of potential perspective and understanding. We also have the turning in card, and so this might be a day to tune in, look within. Again, Mercury's direct, it's still in Pisces, and it's going to be for the next little bit, and this is really a great time to work on your communication layers with God, Spirit, Universe. 2 cards came out from Divine Abundance. One is Inner Power and the other is Trust. Inner power, great with the moon in Leo. It says, give me the courage and the power to do what must be done. So again, there might be some forgiveness, cord cutting, releasing going on today. And the other, speaking of releasing, is trust. Allow me, divine, to give you my deepest longings, trusting you to know exactly how to handle them. So, beautiful energies, beautiful cards. You can book a reading with me. Email me, mimiclark@gmail.com. And the better it gets, the better it gets. There's more than enough love in the world for you. You have the power, and may your guiding light be strong, and know that you can trust your process. Namaste.